back to the Daily Grind. Thanks for checking out the channel. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back pickle biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
Yo, full-time family, I've got to do this video. I've been reluctant. Is this a story? Is this a non-story? But after yesterday, this is definitely a story. This is something we've got to keep our eye on. Daniel Cormier is officially reacting to Volkan Oezdemir training with Luke Rockhold. Now let me explain why I didn't know if this was real life, because Luke Rockhold and Daniel Cormier on camera seem like they're pretty close. Now they seem like they've definitely got like a brotherly rivalry going on. Like, we know Daniel Cormier is the light heavyweight champion. We know Luke Rockhold was the middleweight champion. So they're both championship caliber UFC fighters, both two of the best fighters on the planet, but they were always on teams at American Kickboxing Academy, if I'm not mistaken, at AKA. Now also with Cain Velasquez and Khabib Nurmagomedov and others, but these two specifically are pretty close in weight. Now I never even when I saw Luke Rockhold going to train with the Black Zillions where Volkan Oezdemir happens to be, I never batted an eye. I never thought twice, because it's just like, yo, Luke Rockhold's teammates were injured, Khabib was out, DC was out, Cain Velasquez was out, so he's just going to train with other guys to, you know, keep his fucking tools sharp. That way, if he does get in a fight, you know, because iron sharpens iron. So if you're just in there training with a bunch of guys in cast, you know what I mean? You're training with a bunch of injured guys, you're probably gonna fight like you're injured. So it was just like, okay, Luke Rockhold's trying to take this shit serious and just get ready for his next fight. It just so happened to be with the Black Zillions, which just so happened to be training Volkan Oezdemir, his teammate's next opponent. Now, Chael Sonnen mentioned that this was the elephant in the room. How is your teammate training with your opponent? How does this work? Is he helping your opponent? Is he feeding you information? Kind of like a mole in the gym, you know, a la Bill Belichick style. You know, what the hell is going on here? Well, now Daniel Cormier has reacted, and he said, oh, Luke's training with my opponent? It doesn't matter. Luke can't help him because Luke can't beat me. What's Luke gonna teach him? Yo, I fucking love DC. I'm telling y'all, for one, if you've seen their on-screen, on-camera rivalry, it is just fucking like, just so hilarious just watching it. Like, Daniel Cormier be like, I love you, Luke. Like, wanting him to say it back, but he knows he's making Luke feel uncomfortable. He like made him say it back. But I'm just saying, they got like a fucking brotherly rivalry, and these guys might end up fighting. That is why this is big, because we saw Luke Rockhold talk about moving up to heavyweight to take on the likes of Fabricio Verdum. But if he just wants to go up 20 pounds to light heavyweight, he might be having a crash course with his teammate or former teammate Daniel Cormier. Wow, that is interesting. I never thought we would be talking about a Cormier-Rockhold fight, but it's a very realistic possibility, because we do know Daniel Cormier needs a legitimate opponent to sell pay-per-views, as in Jon Jones, because that rivalry was real. When Daniel Cormier had a real rivalry with Jon Jones, he brought in big numbers. When he fought just regular dudes like Alexander Gustafsson with no real rivalry, the numbers were a lot smaller. So Luke Rockhold versus Daniel Cormier, 100% in my mind, does over 500,000 pay-per-view buys. These guys are former teammates, former champions. Fucking, he trained his opponent, like, and I don't even know if that's where this is gonna go. But just from how Daniel Cormier said, oh, Luke can't beat me, I don't care if he trains my opponent, I'm assuming he was going to say some shit like, oh, he's just down there sharpening iron, you know, they've got some better bodies to replicate Yoel Romero or Robert Whittaker, so he went down there to train with them for a little bit. But it's looking like more of a permanent move, as Luke Rockhold, talking to the MMA Hour last Monday, I believe, said he's still going to finish out this camp with the Black Zillions. Maybe some of the Black Zillion coaches might be in his corner. So I don't know what's going on. We'll find. I'll keep you guys updated, especially now that DC's entertaining a possible Luke Rockhold fight by saying Luke can't beat me, so there's nothing he can show Volkan. This is just very interesting and entertaining to me. So let the full-time family know what you think about it in the comments. I'm out.
Da 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 da. It's the motherfucking DOWG.